The joy of creation is a game that needs no introduction. It's probably the most well-known fan game ever released, being up there with the likes of Five Nights at Candy's. The first demo for the series was released around 9 years ago, being developed by Nixon. There's been 4 entries in the series, with those being The Joy of Creation, The Joy of Creation Reborn, The Joy of Creation Story Mode, and The Joy of Creation Halloween Edition. This game actually made it big enough to get into the Fazbear Fanverse initiative around 4 years ago. Although it was kinda radio silent for 3 years. Moving to the present though, we just got a demo for it. As part of the 10th anniversary of the series, Nixon released a demo of the original game. And as someone who's never really been into the joy of creation, it drew me in almost instantly.
What? This dialogue. Something's wrong.
Now, after that banger of an intro, you can see that we play in an office with a window and 2 doors around us. Something about this office that I noticed that I think is really cool is that as the night progresses, the room gets filthier. Papers get scattered everywhere as we slowly realize what the room actually looks like. Now, before I explain how the game works, I just feel like I should say that this game is gonna be very confusing for a first-time player. The office you play in has 3 monitors in front of you, and the first animatronic you have to deal with is Freddy. Freddy will appear on one of the monitors and you'll have to run to what door he's at, then go shine your flashlight on him. After doing this, the night will progress by 1 hour. You will have to do this 12 times to complete the night. Be careful though, if you take too long, the power will go out. To prevent this, you'll have to find fuses. Fuses can be found in drawers or cabinets, and there's some behind you and some to the top right of the room. There will only ever be 2 fuses spawned at the same time, and after you find both, they'll reset. Once you get a fuse, go to the room on the left side with the open door and go to the panel. Once you get to the panel, there will be 3 options: the flashlight, the main power, and the cameras. The main power is by far the most important because you instantly lose if it goes out. The cameras are also extremely important because 2 of the animatronics revolve around them. Additionally, every time you put a fuse into the power box, the animatronics get a little more aggressive. Now, onto the other animatronics. Bonnie is the second enemy that will spawn, and in my opinion, one of the most annoying. Bonnie will appear on the cameras, and if you look at him, he will punch it and break it. At first, I had a lot of trouble trying to tell if Bonnie was at the camera or not, but he spawns a little bit closer than Freddy does usually. Another way to deal with him pretty easily is to move your camera slower. If you don't look at him fully, he won't break the camera. If he does end up breaking a camera, you can just replace it with a fuse at the fuse box. Foxy is almost the exact opposite of Bonnie. Foxy will spawn on a random camera and you'll need to find him. When you find him, shine your flashlight on his eyes. The good thing about this is that Foxy is typically the first thing you will see when you go on a camera, because he spawns right in the middle of them. However, Foxy is the biggest threat. You need to deal with him before you deal with anything else. If you get unlucky with your timing, Foxy will almost always end your night. Now, Chica is the final animatronic, and she's also pretty simple to deal with as long as you don't stress yourself out whenever she appears. Chica will appear on your ceiling and she'll begin to phase through it, and while this is happening, you'll have 80 seconds to find all of her cupcakes. The cupcakes will spawn in any area that you can find fuses in. When I played through the game, I usually had to find 3 to 4 of her cupcakes before she would go away. Chica's only ever usually a problem if you're dealing with Foxy at the same time. And in those situations, always deal with Foxy first. If you somehow got through this without remembering anything, just remember the order of operations. Foxy, then Chica, and then everything else. Now, the lore in this demo is few and far between, but that's to be expected. It is a demo after all. The lore mainly comes from the ending cutscene, which I will show, but I just want to give a big warning for flashing lights.
Hello?
Creator, you are getting closer.
How is any of this
The
possible?
threshold, the path. I can see the end.
What are you? What does that even mean?
Can you?
Moving on from that though, the graphics in this game are genuinely beautiful. They're such a big upgrade compared to what the 2015 game looked like. The models and the jump scares have both had such massive overhauls. I think my favorite jump scare has to be the one where Foxy jumps through the window. Another thing I really love about this game is how many little things there are. For example, there's chances for Chica to appear behind your monitor or in the power room before she fades away, and when I was playing the game for the first time, that terrified me. This game has so much potential and I can't wait to see what they'll do with the next area. In conclusion, this game looks great. The joy of creation was never really a game that piqued my interest, but after playing the demo, I'm sold. I genuinely had no complaints about it, so I'm very excited to see how the full game's gonna turn out. Now, that's all I really have to say on this subject, so subscribe if you want to see more.